Working on this computer. Hi guys, welcome to our Dream Team Monday Night Zoom. It is Monday, the 24th of January. We only have one more Monday left of this month. So we are literally in the final stretch of January. I don't have a super formal thing to go over with tonight. I did a Zoom earlier today, the Lunch and Learn Zoom. So I don't know if it's up yet, but there's supposed to be a recording of it. So that's always available if you need like a little kick in the arm kind of thing. I actually talked about what I consider to be the 5 biggest mistakes I've made in my career as a Lavelle promoter. And clearly there's more, but those were the 5 biggest ones that I was willing to share, I guess. But I do want to talk tonight just real quickly about the promo that came out today. And I was talking about pineapple when I should have had this open. Sorry. Because I don't know about you guys, but when the promo came, I looked at it really quickly. I was like, oh, wow, cool. And then I went back and read it. And it's a little different than what I thought. So, oh, I'm getting there. Talk amongst yourselves. Hang on. Okay. So it's the January finale. And you guys, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but Lavelle is doing everything they possibly can to push us through this super hard month, which I'm very appreciative of. So they are giving the $25 of preloaded credits on accounts that are created for customers and promos. So this is like a repeat. We've done, this before. So it's not necessarily just it's not even an order. You have to create the account. So this is the point where somebody gives you their email that they're going to get the credits put in. So if you have somebody who made a customer account 6 years ago or 6 weeks ago, they're not going to get those preloaded credits. It has to be created new. I actually put on my stories today that the company was doing this and that I was going to offer $25 also to match it. So somebody would get 50 off. You may or may not be in a position to do that. Totally up to you. You could look on your shelf, see what you have. Maybe you're in the position to throw in a week of a different DFT or throw in a sample, I don't know what, what's that called where you throw a bunch of different stuff in about like a grab bag. Like something like that. Like you could just add to it to make it sound even better. Okay, so that's the easy part. That's the part that made sense. Well, then I read the FOB first order bonus 50%. And I was like, sweet. I totally read that as half off in my head. Then I went back and read it. So basically it's if you have someone who signs up as a promoter this month, if they make their first sale during this promotional period, they're going to get 50% order on that sale. So they gave a really good example, which is what finally caught my eye. But so Christine, a new promoter, signed up on January 19th. She's got no personally enrolled order history. She's enrolled 4 customers since signing up, but none of those people have ordered yet. But then during this period, she gets an order, a $200 order. That is going to trigger her to get a $100 cash bonus. So she's going to get half of the value of that order back in cash. So that's a pretty sweet deal especially for a newbie. But then the other part of this is the $250 social video challenge. Post a video on social media about your personal Thrive story/journey. You could win $250. Post as many videos as you'd like to increase your odds of winning. So don't just throw one out there and be like, I'm in it to win it. You can do a whole lot more. Must use the hashtag #MyThriveStory. So one of the questions I got asked earlier today was like, I don't want to do my story over and over and over. Okay, so be smart, you guys. They didn't say it had to be 10 minutes. They didn't say it had to be, you could literally get on and do a 2-minute or a 3-minute portion of your story. So you could share how you felt, like what was the biggest reason you thrived. You could share what Thrive has done for you financially. You could share what Thrive has done for you health-wise. You could share different aspects. So it's very similar to when I say write your story into Lavelle. I've sent my story in 3 or 4 times. My story is always the same, but I focus on a different part of it. So, one time it's about how I initially rejected the thought of even purchasing Thrive. And then one time it was just about how much Thrive has helped me physically. And then one time it was about how, because we joined this company, my husband and I've got to travel so much. So you can share different aspects of your story. And you could even share, maybe some of you that went to different leader retreats last year, went to Thrive Palooza last year, maybe you've been on a getaway or maybe you've been to a local and there was something that if any of you were at the local at the Y in November, when Courtney shared her story about getting debt free and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And then the Trump gang came in and brought all the food. Like you can share funny things about your Thrive life and tag them. So don't just look at this and be like, okay, I'm going to get on and share my Thrive story once and tag it, and I'm going to be in. Like, really kind of sit down, jot out different ideas. It's very similar to how when we do batching content, where it's like, Motivation Monday, Testimony on Tuesday. You could really look at that and be like, okay, so what would my testimony be for tomorrow? Wednesday, what's my wellness aspect to my journey? Thursday, what am I thankful about Thrive? So just share little stories, video format, and use that hashtag, which I've already blanked and forgot, hashtag my Thrive story, so that you can get more entries. And honestly, they're not doing this because they think $250 is going to change your life. They know that if they push you to put a story up and a story up and a story up and a story up and a video up, that's going to start building your business. Lavelle knows we're in the last week of January. Everyone is low. Everyone is slow. People are like walking through mud. They get it. So they are encouraging you. We're going to give you guys free credits if you get people to sign up. Heck, we're even going to give big bonuses to your new promoters. I mean, if you have someone that's thought about promoting and you could look at them and say, hey, your first big order that we get between these dates, you're going to get half of that back. That's pretty cool. Plus, don't forget, they'll still be in VIP at the same time. So it's going to count for all of that. I think I didn't read the thing, but I think that'll also count. So anyway, let me look over the things real quick. Credits have to be used before midnight on the 31st. So get people signed up early. That way they have a week or 5 days or whatever to use the credits. The first order bonus commission will take the place of any sponsor commissions normally received on order. So in other words, you're not going to get your regular commission plus the 50% bonus. You're going to get the 50%. And trust me, it's going to be really better. So why would you not want to do that? It applies only to new promoter accounts created in January of 2022 that have never had personal customer or promoter orders placed directly under them. The maximum payout is $400. So they could get an $800 order and they could get, so in other words, the most expensive thing in the catalog is an $800 pack. So they could sell that to their husband or whatever, best friend, mom, and get $400 in cash back. Winners are randomly selected as far as the video goes. Do keep in mind that the lifestyle claims and medical claims, you've got to make sure you're compliant with your videos always. If anybody on here is new and you're like, I'm not really sure what that means, you can go into the cloud under resources, go into your documents and downloads, scroll all the way down until you see the compliance information. They actually will give you ideas of, like, instead of saying depression, mood, instead of migraine, headache, like there's things you can say and things you can't say. So that's a huge several part promo to keep track of. The two biggest things to me out of that promo, they're not as exciting as a 50% bonus part. $25 in credits to help somebody new, and then whatever you can throw on top of it if you can. And then for sure, putting those little videos up of your stories. Because remember, again, it just has to be, there's no time limit. It doesn't say you have to give your whole, speech, your 20-minute speech. You just have to share and put the hashtag with it. So try and break that up. Actually, while I'm talking, if you guys can, and chat, if you already have an idea. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I was actually, are you able to talk or no? Because if not, I'll do it, but I was going to ask you to share.
Yeah, I can talk.
Okay. So Court she had some experience today. She got a new customer, and take it away, Court.
So, you guys know that the USA Today promo is still going on. It's till the end of the month, if you didn't know. And yes, I had a customer today who I was trying to work to see what would be best for them, if it was the 10% off and free shipping with the USA Today promo code or the $25 in credit. So I was just kind of playing around with their account, and I realized that you can combine them. So you can use the USA Today promo code and it will give them the 10% off, but it takes off the free shipping. However, they have $25 in credits if they are a new customer account that can go towards that as well. So just something to think about. You guys can use together, or if, you have a new a customer account that's already been created and doesn't really qualify for the $25 credits, you can still use the USA Today promo till the end of the month.
Thank you.
Welcome.
See, that's teamwork right there. So I didn't have a new customer today to figure that out, but Courtney figured it out, which was awesome, and then shared it with everyone. So make sure you pass that information down to your team that they can double dip. Like she said, that the free shipping comes off, but still they're going to get $25 in credits, which should offset that shipping anyway, plus that 10%. So I don't know, that's just sweetening the deal. To my knowledge, this is the first time we've ever been able to double dip any promo of any kind. I don't know if it's an accident, but who cares? We're going to run with it, right? But so I was going to say, for those of you that maybe throw some ideas in the chat of how you're going to break your story up. Like when I was talking about breaking your story up into small chunks, do you have some thoughts of how you could do it? If you do, put them in the chat to kind of help other people think things through. Like I gave you my ideas. I always give you my ideas that are not the best, but they're all I have to offer. So I mentioned last night on the power plan that this is the perfect week to go through your customer list and send out thank yous for anyone who's placed an order this month. Granted, we have a whole other, the fact that I'm still dressed this late is, there you go, part of your story. We have a whole week left still for orders, but it's a great time to start going back through your customer list and thanking the people who ordered from you this month. Well, something that I did today between you, me, and the fence post, I'm not a fan of salted caramel. I'm sorry. I know. Some people are literally offended when I say that, and some people feel me on it. But here's the thing. I got a whole big giant bag. Well, I bought 2 bags thinking I was going to love it. So Tom, bless his heart, is kind of muddled through one bag, and I've passed out some stuff to team members, but I have this bag sitting there and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? So I went into my cloud. And for those of you that don't spend a lot of time in your cloud, first of all, you should. Secondly, if you go into the My Team button and you go to My Customers, how we do, like how when we're trying to figure out our auto ships, if you scroll across and hit last order twice, it'll populate for you. It'll show you who's ordered lately. So obviously the people that have ordered in January, they're already getting like a little thank you card. I can't do that sweet for breakfast. I don't even think they sweet. I don't know what the heck the flavor is. It is not mine. I will say that. So anyone who's ordered in January, I'm obviously sending them something anyway. So then I started looking, I was like, hey, this person has ordered since February. This person hasn't ordered since October. I went through and I sent this super simple message to these people, and I will pull one up and read it to you. All I said was, can I get your address? Because you know that's what they're going to see in the preview. So you have to think about the preview. If it says, how are you doing? Or hey, what's up? Or blah, blah, like they're going to scroll on by me like she's trying to sell me something. I just said, can I get your address? I have an envelope loaded with the new salted caramel lifestyle mix for you to try. These people, some of these people who have not ordered in a couple of months were like, oh my gosh, Jess, that'll be great. Thank you. I've got to get back on the Thrive wagon. You have to remember, people fall off the wagon because of life, and we've made it through the holidays. And so a lot of people fell off during the holidays, and there's probably that little voice in the back of their head, whether chugging their coffee and, you know, trying to keep their eyeballs open. I got to get back on Thrive. I got to add it to my to-do list. I got to remember to order. I got to talk, you know, just reach out to them. And here's the thing. I know you all don't have a bag of salted caramel. That's fine. What do you have? If you see someone has not ordered in a few months, hey, what's your address? I've got an envelope loaded with 3 days of Thrive. I just want to send you. What's your address? I've got an envelope preloaded with Blast to help get you through all the germs this January or whatever. Like, I don't know, make something up, be creative. Yeah, Christmas bills are showing up this month for sure. So this is a goodwill gesture, right? That's just customer service. It's getting people excited again. It's reminding people that you haven't forgotten about them, and it gives them the opportunity to respond. So almost every message, first of all, no one has said no, which I didn't expect anyone to, but somebody might write me back and be like, no, I hate the shakes, or I hate caramel, or whatever, which if they do, I'll be like, what's your favorite flavor? If I have it, I'll send you one. Because as far as I'm concerned, if they haven't ordered since December and they're not on the auto ship list for tomorrow, I got to get them back on the wagon, right? But pretty much everyone has been like, yeah, thanks so much. That sounds great. This guy was like, that is so nice of you. I am so excited to try it. I usually love salted caramel anything. Totally got to get back on my Thrive. So just get the combo started. And sometimes I think sometimes say the part about Blast. Yeah, you know how I am. Something about getting through the germs. Does anyone remember the words that came out of my mouth? That's why we record these things, Sandra, because I don't know half the time what I'm going to say. Although today I would tell you guys, I was so nervous to do that Zoom. I wouldn't even look at the number of people on it because I was afraid to like throw, and I had notes. I had notes today because I was so nervous. But so this just helps get that conversation going, because sometimes we're like, I don't know, we're asking for referrals, or we're throwing out, hey, there's a buy one, get one, or we're doing things like that. Well, when's the last time you just sent them something? When was the last time or just, hey, what's your address? I have something I want to mail you. It could just be a thank you card. If your card could say, when I hopped on, it's close to 50. Yeah, see, I'm so glad I didn't look at that number. That would have thrown me off. We have plenty on right now. You just want to, what is it, like extend the branch, like the olive branch, because sometimes people think that you're mad at them, because guess what? You've probably acted slightly different. If they haven't ordered in a few months, you probably haven't been liking their pictures. Like, we're human, we get pissy about it, right? Or maybe you've like retreated and been like, well, they've not ordered, they're probably mad at me, because we like to get in our heads. So this is the olive branch. I have something I want to mail you. And even if all you mail them is a thank you card and say, thank you so much for supporting my business in 2021. Your every your order meant the world to me. Your trust in me meant whatever it is you want to share with someone, mail them that. So even if you don't have product, I know you have pen and paper. It doesn't even have to be a cute card. I mean, it would be nicer if it was, but it doesn't even have to be. So again, super, super short. Can I get your address? And I always lead with that, because when someone asks you for your address, aren't you like, oh, they're going to send me something? Like, I'm just like a little kid. I'm like, oh, what are they going to send me? I don't even care what they're going to send me. I'm just excited somebody's going to send me something. So I always start with that, because that's the preview. I always remind myself, how do I feel when I see the preview in a message? So have that on there and just say, I've got, I did not have these loaded in envelopes ready to go, because I didn't know how people were going to respond. But I said, I've got an envelope loaded and ready to go for you with the new salted caramel lifestyle mix. I got an envelope loaded up and ready to go for you with a surprise. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you can look on their order and they've just done regular DFT all this time, and you have an ultra laying around, or a black label, or a TAC, or whatever, just pop one in there. One little square of a DFT will put a smile on someone's face, because it's not a bill. So I encourage you guys to do that. I'm actually going to do some more of those tonight. I really only went through like there was a couple from October, a couple from November, and some people who had not, they had not ordered December, November, October. I'm going to go even deeper. Like, I'm going to just keep working through that list. I don't know about you guys, but I have people on my list who haven't ordered since something 2015. So I'm just going to send it back out, because I know when we first connected over Thrive and they were ordering Thrive, they loved it, because I have messages to prove it. Don't you love that? And you guys ever get that when takes the murderous edge off? Yes. If you guys were not at the local last Thursday, one of our gals on Sandra's team, Tiffany, shared her story. And first of all, it was amazing. She delivered it amazing. But one of the funniest things she said about Black Label was that it took the murderous edge off. So now we're trying to get that in the marketing material somehow. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, do you guys ever have memories on Facebook that pop up, and it's like where somebody tagged you and talked about how much they love their Thrive and they haven't ordered it in years? I always make a comment so it pops back up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was 5 years ago. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in front. Like, I will make a comment so that thing pops back up on their page in their world. Anyway, I don't know, maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. But those people, I'm going to just be like, hey, I've got something I want to send you. And honestly, if you've been doing this a while, like I have, if you really start looking around, you have stuff to send people. I have old Strive magazines that I could send. I've got, I've got a Lavelle key ring I could send somebody. I should probably say that for team promo, but I've got stuff. I got stuff on that back wall. So dig through your stuff, see what you have, look through your own. And here's the thing. I know sometimes people are like, yeah, but that's all the Thrive I have to get me through the rest. It's true. Courtney Summers actually has, Courtney, you shouldn't tell people that. They might start showing up at my door. There is a huge box in my basement that they are storing while they're in the RV camp, full of Thrive. So what the hell? I don't know. Slip me $5. I'll give you the code to my back door. I'm just kidding. But oh shoot, you guys, I'm all over the board tonight. I don't know what I was saying. But anyway, does this get you like thinking about, don't give up on people because they quit thriving. At some point in time in your life, something could happen, or maybe did happen, where you did quit thriving for a little bit. Maybe you were ill. Maybe you went on vacation and forgot it. Maybe you had surgery. Maybe you ran out of money. Like, who knows? There are things in my life I'm done and I'm like, why did I quit that? I really did like that. But you just get busy. And so maybe it's required. Like, I actually have a makeup that I love. Oh my gosh. I'm embarrassed to say this out loud now, because now that I'm thinking through it, it is legitimately what I'm talking about. There is a makeup that I love. I'm out of the color. It's through a network marketing company. I just need to get a hold of the girl and be like, hey, is that color back in stock? Because the last time I tried it, it was out. That's all I got to do. But when do I think to do it? On a Saturday night when I'm putting makeup on for the first time all week, or now on the Zoom. Like, I don't think of it every day. So there is somebody somewhere who is thinking, man, I got to get back on that Thrive. But then their kids wake up, or their boss comes in, or, all the things are happening. So get that olive branch out, remind them that you've not forgotten about them. Remind them that you still do this for all they, like, I feel like if somebody knows me, especially through social media, they know I'm a thriver, right? But you guys, I get messages every blue moon. Hey, do you still do that Thrive stuff? I'm like, really? And I will immediately go to my page and be like, okay, it's on there. But again, that's me thinking that they're paying attention to my shit. They're not paying attention to me, right? They've seen it at some point in time. So it was enough to trigger it, but they're not paying attention. So just put that back out there. Hey, and I know we all want to be like, hey, you really liked it back then, but then you told me it didn't work, but I know that it did, because then you reordered it, but then you still dropped off the face of the earth. So you should just order it again. That's what we want to say. That's going to go over like a fart in church. So what we're going to do instead is say, hey, can I have your address? I have something I want to mail you. And then just work from there. If it's someone who has not thrived in a long time, throw a one-day sample of Thrive in the mail and just be like, I was going through my notes. I remember back when you thrived, how much you loved it. And I wanted to send this to you to help you get your 2022 started off. Or, hey, I know you thrived for several months last year, and I noticed that you've not been able to. I'm sure you're missing it. I wanted to throw this in the mail to let you just have a good day. Somebody sent me Thrive, I would take it. I have boxes of it behind me, but I would totally take it if you mail it to me. Don't give up on people when they give up. Yes, Courtney, because that's exactly it. How many times have you guys as a promoter wanted to give up promoting, and then somebody on the team is like, no, and they cheer you on and they get you through the tough time. And then you're like, dang, I'm so glad they didn't give up on me, because I had given up on myself. That's how we've got to treat our customers. Sandra says, if people have given up on themselves, they need someone to cheer them on. Yeah, yes, exactly. We're like right there. So be that for someone. I think I made a post the other day, something about like, no one is really self-made. Somebody at some time believed in you, pushed you forward, and got you over the hump. And so, yeah, maybe you're standing on top of the mountain, but you don't forget about the person who pushed your booty up there when you couldn't get that last little bit. So be that person for someone else. So I guess my takeaways for tonight, now that I've rambled this long, are get in your cloud. You have an enormous amount of information in your cloud. When someone says to me, I don't know who, nobody wants my Thrive, I don't know who to talk to, yada, 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 I will say, open your cloud, go through your customer list, see who, put them in order of who ordered last, and just start working down that list. And for those of you that are like, I don't want to go to the post office, or I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. A, I'm a little concerned if that's your attitude about your business. B, at least get in and send the people a message. How are you doing? I haven't talked to you in forever. Like, again, the olive branch. And some of you are going to go, because I had this, some of you are going to go through the list and be like, I don't really like her. She mouthed off about blah, blah, blah. She told 5 people that she thought it tasted bad. It's okay. Feel it, remember it, put it in a bubble, blow it away, and then put that olive branch out there and ask her for her address. And I will also tell you a little secret. I probably have most of these people's address somewhere in that chat. A, I don't want to have to find it. And B, I want to get a conversation started. So I'm asking them for their address. And the one girl I flat out said, can I have your address, blah, blah, blah. I know I have it somewhere, because she's given it to me twice before, but I don't know, it's buried in there somewhere. So again, it's getting the conversation started. TJ, you can also print labels and put them in your mailbox to ship and not even go to the post office. Hashtag no excuses. TJ, are you able to unmute, or is Jake on your lap? I mean, not that he would be bad, but it's
no, not right now.
Can you give it just real quick? Can you tell people what you mean by that?
So if you go like USPS's, I guess I could turn my camera on so it's not quite as awkward. But if you go to USPS's website, you can do a click and ship, and you can actually just print the label, put it on it, and then throw it in your mailbox. If depending on your mailbox, if you have an outgoing mail, then outgoing.
You can schedule them to come pick
Or
it
if you have a
up.
flag, you can flip the flag, or you can actually, which Sam just mentioned over here, you can actually schedule for them to pick it up too, so you don't actually have to go to the post office. But the kiosk at the post office is super simple.
The kiosk is my favorite. Sandra also said pirate ship is the one that she uses. So again, these are things that you can do from home just to make your life easier. Thank you, TJ. And Samantha, we heard you back there. Again, like he said, no excuses. Like it's there, it's available for you. And here's a wild and crazy thought. Perhaps you can't get to the post office. Maybe your life is crazy. Maybe you're, I don't know, back on quarantine, whatever. Ask a Thriver that lives near you. I bet somebody would help you out. All these faces, all these people I know, I bet someone would help you out. Put them on your front porch. I'll come take them. Like, just don't stop yourself from doing it before you even ask for help. Sonia says, how do you know about the weight? I've actually used a food scale before, but somebody correct me. Oh, okay. So Sandra said food scale also. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody said that one of those sites, which I've never done this, you just mail it. And when it gets weighed, it gets billed. It gets put on your credit card. Then I don't know. I don't do that. I'm all about the kiosk. I like weighing it, put the sticker on, all that jazz. But yeah, I just use a food scale. Because you can get, the smaller. If you were to use like a human scale, like if it was a bigger box and you use a human scale, you'd probably get a pretty accurate reading. But when you're like dealing with just ounces and stuff, if you use a human scale, it's going to just go to pounds basically, and you're going to pay a little bit more than you should. So a food scale is easy, and you could Amazon a food scale if you wanted to. But anyway, one more thing before I get off here, because I have 2 minutes, and for somebody that didn't have anything to say, I sure as hell had a lot to say tonight, didn't I? Something that I had to do this afternoon, because I was if I feel stuck, I will make myself do something. We talked about that before. And I had that moment in the back of my head where I was like, who am I going to talk to about Thrive? And I was like, oh, Tammy, wow. I got right on Facebook. I friended 10 new people, got onto Instagram, followed 10 new people. When was the last time you've added friends or followers? If it wasn't today, you have some hours left. Too often people are like, I'm doing all the things. I'm making the posts, I'm doing the reels, I'm making the stories. Great. But unless you're talking to new faces, it's not going to make that big of a difference, right? So I fall into the trap sometimes where I'm like, okay, this Instagram guru said, if I do a reel a day, I'm going to be packing on the followers and people are going to be falling out of the sky. Maybe, hopefully that'd be great. However, in the meantime, I need to purposely add people. I need to purposely reach out. And I don't know, I get super awkward about it. Like, I'm looking at the person's profile through my computer. They have no idea I'm looking at their profile, and I feel like a stalker all of a sudden. And then I just have to self-click the button, add friend, add friend, add friend. I will tell you, you can go through your friends. So let's say the town you live in, maybe personal trainers. Maybe you're a friend with a personal trainer. Get in their friends list if you can. Some people hide their friends list, but if you can get in their friends list, clearly it's probably someone, not totally. I have friends that don't care about health and fitness, but you know what I mean? Like, then I also go into hairdressers, local hairdressers. I go into their friends list. Use your network, because if nothing else, you can just be like, oh, I saw you were for example, maybe you go through my friends list, right? I saw you're friends with my trainer, Tammy. Are you, do you train with her too? Or I saw you're friends with my hairdresser, Jessica. Does she do your hair too? You at least got someone to talk about mutually, right? And you can go either way. Sometimes I see people and it's you have 67 mutual friends, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't friend them. They could be the friend of a friend of a friend that you connect to, but you'll never know if you don't friend them. So take care of your customers, send the olive branch out, and go make new friends. Happy Monday. Bye.